Cold open. Exterior neighborhood park, evening. Loud party music plays, strobe lights flash, and a smoke machine blows. New residents are out on the grass running around hitting golf balls in every direction. Jason is also playing this strange game of golf. Eleanor and Tahani stand next to one another, the former clearly delighted and the latter slightly terrified. So, this is what you meant when you said club night on the green. Yeah, man! Look how much fun everyone is having! Everything is chaotic. People are screaming. Some of these screams do not sound pleasant. Yes, such fun. I know parties are your thing, but this is how I throw a party. How do these people actually believe this is heaven? Pretty sure Jason still forgets, all the time. Jason runs up with a golf club, swings it at a ball, and misses. With fists in the air, one still clutching the club, he proclaims, "I'm in the good place, baby!" He runs off screen. End of cold open. Exterior neighborhood apartments. Same day. Eleanor walks down the sidewalk and up the stairs to Chidi's front door. She knocks happily. Inside, we see him startled by this sound as he reads. He sets his book down, slowly gets up and walks over to the window, brushing the curtain back just enough to see who stands outside. He lets the curtain fall back into place and cracks the door open. Eleanor can only see a small portion of his face. "Hey, Chidi, didn't know if I'd actually find you here." He hushes her, opens the door, and pulls her in. "Okay, weirdo. Didn't know you'd be acting so weird either. What is it?" "What is what? Why are you here?" "Oh, I don't know. I'm the architect of the neighborhood, so I sometimes try to check in on my residents and make sure everything is going well. Is that a good enough reason for you?" "Not really. It seems like every time you check in on me, something ends up going awry and causing me more stress than I had before. I was starting to think that couldn't possibly happen anymore, but much to my amazement, it does. So if you could please make it quick, I would really appreciate it." He seems desperate. "Okay, well, I just want to know why we haven't seen you these past few days. Why have you been hiding out?" "Why have I been hiding out? That's really not obvious to you?" "No, it's not. We've had a community event down at the amphitheater with puppy petting and a wonderful dinner. We had the rotating volleyball tournament in the sky, which now that I say that, it makes total sense why you weren't there. What's your point? Even if you don't actually involve yourself in what's going on, you're always there. You're always present, and it's so unlike you to slink around and try to be invisible. 5 days ago, 3 people showed up asleep on your couch, which, for one, that in itself is weird enough. But then Janet shows up and says they were all supposed to go to the bad place. So why would I just allow myself to be involved with horrible, malevolent, nasty people who shouldn't be here? They may end up causing some sort of corruption here, so until they're gone, I'm out of sight." "Oh, well, that's actually something I wanted to talk to you about. Since you're our ethics expert, I was thinking you could help us teach the residents a bit about that." Chidi looks appalled. "I just told you I am avoiding them at all costs." "Chidi, you did good on Earth, right?" "I dedicated my entire life to writing about ethics, yes." Yeah, that's what I meant. That's helped people, right?" "Well, I never actually got it published, but hopefully one of my colleagues or a fellow Kantian will read all of it and get that done." "Yeah, that will probably definitely happen." "Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Just continue the work you started on Earth right here in the afterlife. You could keep teaching people about ethics and be the same old great Professor Anagonye. That's what I said. What do you say?" He stares at her, hesitating. "What would Kant say?" Yes, I know what Kant would say. All right, fine. "Yes, Chidi, this will be great. And I mean, it's not like the people who got sent here were murderers or anything. They just didn't get enough good person points like you." She realizes something. "Oh, wait, oh my gosh." She looks at the chart in her hands. "No, I'm wrong. One of them was a murderer. I'm sure you'll be fine. It's not like you could die twice, right?" Chidi holds out his hands in a panicked shrug. Then his face drops. "Oh, you're kidding. What? Oh, yeah, totally kidding. She turns around to exit his house. Really funny, Eleanor. Almost had me. Her eyes are wide as she opens the door. She turns around and smiles widely at him as she closes it. On the other side, she blows a raspberry and walks off. Interior, the judge's chambers. Same day. The judge sits at her desk eating a foot-long corn dog, cheese fries to her left, watching something on her computer. She gasps. Oh my God, Pierce Brosnan. She inches closer to the screen, reaching for the cheese fries unsuccessfully at first, then finding them and shoving them in her mouth, eyes still glued to the screen. A ringing noise starts and she scoffs. Seriously? She wipes her hand from her computer up towards a space in front of her, and the screen moves and becomes larger, floating in front of her desk. A picture of Neil pops up next to his name. She answers it, mouth still full of food. Yeah. Judge, I've got some pretty serious news to discuss with you. Okay, well, make it snappy, Beanpole. He shows distaste to this comment, but ignores it otherwise. It's Michael, that demon angel wannabe. Oh yeah, what did he do to you? He is messing with our very intricate ruling system and stealing people away from where they should be going. Really? What makes you say that? She picks her fingernail in her teeth to remove some food. Neil seems grossed out. The judge notices this. What? Nothing. But I'm very serious about this situation, Your Honor. It's not to be taken lightly. Okay, Neil, well, you haven't even told me what's going on yet, so spit it out. We don't have any death files coming through our system anymore. The accountants didn't notice that they've only been assigning action values and not actually assigning people to eternal destinies these past few days. So that's the result of the tight ship you run over there, huh? Neil scoffs. That's not the point. Did you not hear me say that no one has gone to eternity in like 5 days? Do you realize how many people that is? Okay, admittedly, that's weird, but this is Michael's fault. How? When he came down and ruined my birthday celebration and threw my cake on the ground and crushed all my hopes and dreams, the judge is cringing. He was angry that no one had made it into the good place for over 500 years. He was taking it out on us, but I mean, we can't change that. We're just the accountants. So you think that because he was mad, Michael formulated an elaborate plan to make residents magically disappear, and he succeeded. Yes. That's the most outlandish thing I've heard all year. Except that Lily Allen and David Harbour started dating. I mean, it's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Oh, okay. Anyways, yeah, no, I think you give Michael more credit than he's worth. Keep looking into it, but next time come to me with a more serious allegation. Bye. Interior, the judge's chambers, same day. Michael stumbles in through the portal. The judge has a long, rectangular meeting table set up. There are 13 chairs around it, and she sits at the head. Okay, Michael, have a seat. The others will be here soon. Michael sits down in a seat next to her, folding his hands. He smiles at her slightly with his lips pressed together. A beat. Then Neil and 4 other accountants show up through the portal as well. Gentlemen, she gestures them to sit as well, pulling a baked pretzel and cheese sauce out from under the table. Neil glares at Michael and sits down directly across from him. Michael gestures an oblivious hello to him. The judge takes a bite of her pretzel. Michael, I'd like to give you the opportunity to speak your piece first. I'm still not sure what the Simone incident has to do with Neil and all his numerical super troopers, but just get it out. Michael begins to roll his chair back so as to stand and tell his side, but no, don't stand up. God, that crap makes me nervous. It's so formal. Just sit down and tell us. Michael shrugs and rolls his chair back in toward the table. All right, well, we made an agreement with the judge here to conduct an experiment. We would have 4 humans come and live in the medium place, and at the end of the experiment, we would evaluate whether or not they became better people while they were there. We, of course, could measure this with the universal points system. You let Michael conduct an experiment? Shut up, Neil. You're lucky to even be here. If they became better, it was proof that humans have the ability to not just be sucky suck faces, and that they are compassionate and relationship-oriented in their betterment. Your point? The judge shoots a dirty look at Neil. He backs down. Well, unfortunately, Sean got to choose the 4 humans for the experiment so that it was balanced and fair. Not sure how that makes sense, because he's Sean. Anyway, he ended up choosing one of our own people's exes from Earth. We were obviously annoyed, but we didn't know yet that Sean had actually tampered with her life through demon intervention to kill her prematurely so he could choose her as one of the 4. Oh, that is actually kind of nasty of him. Well, he's a demon, so Michael, focus. I've got like 6 shows waiting for me on my Netflix queue. She takes another cheesy bite of pretzel. Then she pulls out a 64-ounce paper cup of soda and sips some out through the straw. Long story short, we sent Simone back to Earth so she could live her life with a fair chance. We wiped her memory and eliminated the demon issue simply by the fact that they don't know she's back on Earth. But how does that end? So, when we sent her through the portal back to Earth, we had no idea it opened that portal up from Earth into our dimension, the medium place. Instead of coming through the system, everyone who was not bad enough to go to the bad place, but obviously not good enough to go to the good place, which is literally everyone, simply came straight to the medium place. And you didn't try to make this happen? I didn't even know it was happening. The call screen pops up with Sean's name and face on it. I'm going to go ahead and take that. Hang on, everybody. The judge begins hurrying over to her desk, but realizes she left her food. She turns and goes back to the table and gets her food. Then again makes her way to the desk and answers the call. Well, hello, Sean. Sean seems annoyed with her peppy greeting. Judge, how do you do? Never mind that. I don't actually care. I have some serious issues going on down here. Yeah, who doesn't? We haven't received any new residents in 5 days. Yeah, I know. Is this a game? Do you think this is funny? I'm having to send my employees to therapy for torture withdrawal. It's not funny. Insurance doesn't cover therapy. I didn't say it was funny. I just said I knew. Calm your britches. Anyway, I've got someone who can answer your questions for you. She looks at Michael and gestures him to come to her desk. He walks over and timidly enters the frame. He waves his hand. Hey, old buddy. Sean looks less than amused. So these were just a couple of the scenes from my Spec script titled Michael the Demon Angel Wannabe. I wish I could have included the whole script, but unfortunately we didn't have time for that. But thank you for watching.